Welcome to Girlfriendship. How you doing, Patricia?
I'm doing great. How you doing, LaFern?
I'm doing great. I need a getaway though. I'm tired.
It's been a minute.
Yes.
We all need to get away, but summertime is here, and you know what that means. Girlfriend getaways. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I need a break. You need a break.
I know. And it's so exciting to hear all my friends that are having all these girlfriend getaways. And I mean, they're one of the best adventures, wouldn't you say?
I mean, there's so many options. I mean, we can either stay in the good old USA, or we can go to Japan, Europe, Africa, South America. I mean, you can go anywhere. I mean, we can go on hiking trips in Patagonia, or we can lounge on the beach in the Caribbean, I mean, and then you can go to a cultural getaway in Asia. I mean, there are so many options and so many trips for every budget, so if you want to go big, you can go extravagant. If you just want to kind of keep it on a little budget, then you can get a little quick trip.
Yeah, I found this thing on Instagram that gives great trips to Italy. What is the obsession with Italy nowadays? Do you know?
I don't know. Let's talk about traveling abroad. I'm like, my bags are packed. I'm ready to go.
All right.
But last year I wanted to go to Italy so bad. I was ready to go to Rome. Everybody and their mama was going there.
I know.
I mean, Janet Jackson was having girlfriend trips. She was bringing her black girl magic to Rome. Everyone was going there. So I just said, pump the brakes, Patricia. We're going to go next year. There's too many people.
They are offering a lot of travel packages, which is something that I really love about that. Talk about is there a Malawi getaway that you know about?
There are so many places that people don't really know about that are really great getaway destinations. And the new place is Malawi. And this is like in southeastern Africa. But if you want to get your African safari on, you could do a Malawi safari. And it's one of the most underrated places for tourists, but it's one of the top 50 places to visit. So it's like, if you want to do the Lion King and do the whole Mustafa and the Serengeti and all that, get a different version in Malawi.
Yes.
So I'm like, Malawi is your second choice, and you could probably get it for a better rate. But people, look into Malawi. Don't be afraid. Look into it.
And one trip my sister took was to Morocco. And oh my goodness, the pictures and videos she showed me were so beautiful and rich and with a lot of cultural experiences. It's just, you can get all the cultural experiences in Morocco. And it's a perfect destination for like an artist or a shopaholic. She came home with the most beautiful rug that she kept saying, LaFern, that's not for play, get off my rug. I'm like, what? I put it on the floor then. But it's so beautiful. And the country offers a wide variety of like Moroccan handcrafts, such as again, colorful rugs, which are hand woven, and the way they color the material, it's so brilliant. And I love it so much. And guess what? The food there is awesome. It's known for its exceptional cuisine, and it's served all around the world.
Yeah, I mean, people are becoming very comfortable when it comes to traveling.
But have you thought about going there though?
Morocco?
Yeah.
When I saw Casablanca years ago, and I was like, I want to go to Morocco. And I had a girlfriend who did like a round the world trip, and she went to Morocco, and she said it was so beautiful. She had wanted to see the pyramids, and that was like nearby in Egypt. And so I'm like, Morocco, I mean, even when it was in Sex and the City, the girls went to Dubai, and they went to that little street market. They said, well, it's like that in Morocco. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's check out Morocco. But I heard the food is incredible. And me, I want to try cuisine. I know. Foodie.
No, I love how adventurous you are.
Yeah.
You do that.
But, competing with Morocco is Dubai. And I think that's only because of Housewives of Dubai. I got caught up in that show. I got caught up and I quit. I had to say no more. Because all it is just them showing how rich they are. I'm like, I don't want to
Oh,
see how rich. I'm like, this woman wears a nightgown, like she wore this big old ball gown to a lunch in the middle of the day, and then it's hot. It's like 100 degrees.
it's
She didn't
hot.
she didn't drop a lick of sweat, but she's like overdoing it. It's like, but they said, if you want to see the glitz and glamour, the ultra luxury hotels, Dubai is your place, and it's like right in the middle of the desert. And I'm just like, I
I
don't know. It's
I
already hot enough
know.
here in
I
California.
but what you look at, well, what I've seen, because I haven't ventured out there yet, but it's glamorous and it looks beautiful, but you have to mind the customs there.
Yes, that's what worries me. I don't want to
Yeah.
have a Samantha situation like Sex in the City when she was they got kicked out of the country. But I mean, it is definitely the place that's been on fire. I mean, so
Yeah.
so many celebrities go there. Steve Harvey,
Yeah,
Tiffany
that's what
Haddish.
I was about to tell you. So, when I was talking to when I was talking to Steve Harvey, he was telling me about how he went to Dubai and he has this huge celebration there and cookout and all of this, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yes, a really great place to thrive in business.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And like even Charlemagne the God was there, and if Charlemagne showed up, okay.
Uh,
He must know something I don't, so I'm gonna follow. I'll follow. But I heard it really is a place to experience. It's
yes.
like no other.
Yeah. And I mean, I love like when we're going through all this research and finding out more about things. Barcelona. Barcelona.
Barcelona.
What do you
Make
think
it
about Barcelona
make
when
it
we're
sound so sexy.
I know.
Barcelona. Yeah,
Barcelona,
Barcelona.
darling.
Well, I mean, Spain. I've only heard good things about Spain. It's just, but they said, if you they said if you go to bed early, you're too late in Spain because they don't get going until 9 o'clock. So it's
Yes.
like they don't start. So you got to get used to the late night dinners and the bar hopping until the early morning hours. So you got to take a nap before you go to dinner because dinner doesn't start till after 9 p.m. Okay, take note of that,
Well,
everybody.
well, we also have to throw this out. Our executive producer, she's a sommelier. I'm gonna say it,
Oh,
sommelier. She
I
just
love that.
passed her test, and she
Oh,
is like making moves into the
okay.
winery. She's like, Barcelona has some of the top wines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, yes. Erica can tell us all of that.
Oh, that's why that bar hopping is into early morning hours because they drinking that wine, just passing it around.
Well, don't they? Isn't it like they start really late so they start really, really late. So
A lot
that's
of
what.
countries do that. A lot of countries start like, 11 o'clock, they just getting it rough. They just getting dinner going. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. I said, I don't have a problem with that. I could be a night out and stay up all night and just having a good time. But yeah, it's like it's a whole different kind of culture, but it's a great experience, I hear.
Yes, yes. Have you ever been to Costa Rica? Because that's top on our list as well.
I have a lot of family members who are obsessed with Costa Rica, and I know a lot of people who want to retire there. They
Yes.
said it's just something about the lifestyle there, the pace of life. And they said, if you're into adrenaline junkies activities, this is another place to go to because they said that they have like these hikes where you're like in these forests that are in the clouds, and then you could do these rides on these sky high zip
Yep.
lines. And
Yes.
I'm
My
just
cousin,
they
my cousin
yeah,
Jennifer did it.
yeah,
She's like, they strapped me in and she went out.
that's what I hear. But they said, but at the end of the day of all that adrenaline junkie activities, you can still relax in style because they said they have these beautiful villas that are like inside a rainforest reserve. And I'm like, okay, I
Mhm.
like that. I like
Yeah, and I love it because it's like, we all love our animals and we all love our environments. Like me and my family were into, having our dogs and going out and adventure. That's what it's all about, the environment outside um and being in touch with nature.
right. But there's also this incredible book called Happier Than a Billionaire. It was written by a New York couple who moved to Costa Rica.
Oh.
So, I mean, I have a lot of people I met that like vacation there like every year. And they keep saying, I'm moving there. I'm going to retire there. It really is the hot spot. It's really like people, if you really want to be, interested in checking out a whole new lifestyle.
Oh, I checked it out. So I
Uh-oh.
checked it out. And just like the couple you were saying, they built their dream home there. It's really cheap.
Oh,
Well, it's less expensive to build there and get your property there. So it's like when I was
oh,
looking, houses were like $150,000 compared
what?
to like,
What?
the is a huge place versus here where you could have a 3-bedroom for $1 million. You
Yeah.
could have a huge mansion and acres of land there
Oh,
for
okay.
like 200 grand.
Okay, I can stand. Okay, I'm good. I'll start
And
saving
the
my pennies now.
food is really great too. You
I
have to
hear. You know me. All you gotta do is say food. I'll be right there. I was like,
and you,
but I heard the coffee is great too.
yeah, you'll come back as a coffee snob. You'll be like, wait, this isn't coffee. This isn't my Costa Rican coffee.
I was like, oh, Costa Rican coffee. Oh, okay, you too good
Yeah.
for us. No, but I mean, one place though I've been wanting to go to for years. It's on my bucket list. I haven't gotten there yet, but I really want to go to Greece so bad.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. I had a lot of friends who were Greek, and they were like, like, yeah, I'm gonna go visit my relatives in Greece. And they're like, you should come. It's so inexpensive and this and this. And they would just say, Patricia, you gotta come, you gotta come, you gotta come.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm like, I feel like the men alone, come on, they're beautiful.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, they are.
I remember I did an interview once with Rita Wilson, the actor. She's married to Tom Hanks, and she was doing a press junket with me, and it was the movie was based on a Greek movie, and she was like, first thing she kept saying, "Go to Greece, girl. You'll find
Yep.
a good man there. And they love their mothers." And she goes, "Oh, excuse me, no disrespect." She goes, "I hope you're not married or anything." I said, "No, I'm single as it gets." She goes, "Okay, go to Greece, meet a good Greek man. They love their mothers." And then she was just like,
Yes.
and they said the waters are so blue, especially with
So,
those white buildings. I just love
mhm.
how the white buildings reflect the sun and the beautiful blue water. And they just said it's just so much history. And yeah, the food
Eh,
is amazing. I've been a fan of Mediterranean food for
Oh my
years.
goodness. So my sister does her whole girl group getaways every year, sometimes twice a year. So they went to Greece
Wow.
the last year as well. So Morocco, Greece.
Oh, wow.
And again, pictures are beautiful. It's
Oh.
so wonderful there. I'm I'm living my life through her in regards to like traveling, but she said the shopping is great and um the food was wonderful, the ocean, it looks like a dream there. So that's on my bucket list for real.
I mean, speaking of, girl trips, a lot of things that you can do in Greece with your girls. I mean, you could do like a day trip when you're out on a catamaran and you have a private chef. I've heard it stops, like the catamaran stop and you take swims in the ocean. I said, how picturesque is that? I'm like, I'm in the ocean and then I jump back on and I can have a little meal with my girls. And they
Yes.
said they said they have DJs on the beaches and impromptu parties. And
Yes.
they said it's like some of the best places. And then they said, make sure you go to Santorini, Mykonos, Crete. There's like, definitely island hop around the Greek islands. They said it's just every island is an adventure.
So in saying that, so I found this guy on Instagram. His name is I'm going to say his name wrong. Zachary Burr, Burrabel. And I just found him, and he teaches you how to travel. So let's say you want to go to Barcelona or
Barcelona.
or someplace else. You could put in, he has these apps that you could go in and it will give you where you need to stay, what the prices are, and or
Oh,
you can say what are the best travel trips here, and then
okay.
it will give you an itinerary, how much it costs, how much it costs with a guide.
Mhm.
And then also using AI, you can do that now.
Oh, I
Use
didn't know
AI.
that.
What are the best places to travel in Barcelona? I just
Oh,
like saying
and they'll
Barcelona.
blank. Well, I'm like, well, this year I'm settling for staying close to home. I'm gonna do staycation in United States. So, and just for budget and everything. And I'm getting ready because I'm stashing my cash for Rome next year. But I
Yes.
mean, there are also some great options for people, girlfriends who are on a budget this year. They still want that getaway feeling like me. But
Mhm.
there are a whole bunch of places that you can travel to in the good old United States. It's right there in your backyard. But one place I did hear about was Cabo San Lucas, also known as Cabo, because they don't call it Cabo
Yes.
San Lucas. They'll say, but it's right down there by the southern tip of Baja California, Mexico, and they got all the sandy beaches and all that. If you still want to have that kind of Caribbean kind of go away kind of feeling, you can
Yeah.
get that right there. So
What I know they're doing maybe some reconstruction because of the hurricane right now,
right.
but yeah, definitely check that out if you want
Yeah,
to
you still
do
kind of
that.
want that little feeling. But then, there's always our old reliable Vegas. The girls want to just get together just for a quick weekend,
Mm-hmm.
getaway. You can just wear, it's great.
So with Cabo, so my friend from elementary, young, she's like, LaFern, we're gonna go on a cruise. I was like, I'm not going on no cruise. I'm not going on. She's like, no, it's great, it's fun. I was like, she goes, why don't you want? I said, I don't want to be on a ship. I think I'll feel claustrophobic. She goes, no, it's fantastic. So at Cabo, they have like a 3-day cruise or a 7-day cruise. And even you can like take cruises elsewhere. I haven't explored that because, I had no interest, but obviously, it looks like I'm going to be taking a cruise in the next or coming up soon. I don't
Well,
know.
I am open to a cruise only for one reason, because I heard about the massive spread of food, and you can eat all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a cruise just one time so I can try
Yes.
all that food.
Yes.
I'm gonna come about 5 pounds less so I
But
can gain it back.
yes. And the whole thing with like the cruise thing is um you also can have your family there. So like
Yeah.
when before I got married, um, me and Bill were talking about, well, if we ever have a family, we're taking them everywhere with us. Like
Hmm.
we don't care. It's like, so is
Yeah.
it that if you have a family, you could do that. But there's a lot of other places that you can have like a family destination or a girlfriend destination.
Yeah.
But we are going to be going to the south of France, darling, next year.
Oh,
Yes, I can't
uh,
wait. I'm excited.
France is beautiful. I actually was blessed to go there, and I saw Paris and Eiffel Tower and walked around. I walked the city so much that I got shin splints because
Oh,
it was bad. Well, I was like, I don't need to take a car. I can see the Eiffel Tower from right there. Didn't know it was like 3 miles away, and I walked all the way there like it was no
yes.
big thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Note to self, don't walk too much. You can get shin splints. So
So,
it was beautiful. I love just walking the streets. It
yeah.
was raining one day and I didn't even care. I'm like, just rain on me. I just kept on walking. I didn't have no umbrella. I could care less. I'm like, I'm in Paris. Who
So,
cares?
so I was in Texas a couple months ago. I was in the hotel bar and there was this guy sitting there and he looked like, really avant-garde
Uh-huh.
type-ish. And I go, oh, where are you from? He's like, Tennessee. And
Oh,
I go, oh,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. And
Tennessee.
he was like, he was telling me about it, but it's a large live music type of industry flow there. A lot of people are
Yes.
moving there.
Yes, it is. I actually had a work trip there, but I did break away and get a little, get away and had a little kind of little
Mhm.
vacation time. And I said, where the first thing I asked, where's the barbecue? And there's the street Broadway, and it just lined with all these barbecue joints, live music. And I
I
said,
like how you think, Patricia.
it was like the Bourbon Street of Nashville, and I fell in love with
Oh,
Nashville. I fell in love with it. I want to go back. I didn't get to really experience the whole barbecue experience, but I got a little taste. But I'm like, I'm going back, and it's true. It is that place. It's got great music. but the countryside is so beautiful, and that Southern hospitality is like it's great. It really is. So
Hmm.
I would tell people if you can go to Nashville, you'll definitely get a lot of live music everywhere.
Yes. Yes. And also Vegas is also pulling up their live
Yeah.
music as well, which is a
Well, I call
great you could
Vegas
take.
my playground on the side because being here in
You
California,
you have a side chick.
I call it, yep. I did not have a love for Vegas growing up, but now me and Vegas are like besties. I'm like, it's just like
Really?
I could, because I guess when I realized I can just jump on a plane and be there in an hour versus driving the 8 hour to drive, I used to
True.
hate, used to always do the drive. I go, why do we do? And then when I discovered it's an hour flight, what? And then that just
Yes.
became my new playground. And then COVID ruined that, messed it up. I was having such a great relationship because I was constantly going, but I haven't been there in a minute. And the prices have gone up in some places. And so now I have
Hmm.
to kind of watch my budget when going to Vegas. But doing it as a girls trip would be fun. Just a quick little getaway with, for the weekend. It's always, it's always good. It's never a dull moment when you go to Vegas, whether it's for 2 days or a week, but it's
Yeah.
that kind of place that you need for like 2 or 3 days.
Right. Because there's what Celine Dion and Usher there. They're in residency, and you can go see
So
that. Oh,
many.
there's so many comedians there too.
Yep, so many people are there. So yeah, it's a in lots of restaurants, plenty of foods, plenty of live shows. The Sphere. I really want to go. I want to
Oh,
go to the
yeah.
Sphere. I really
Yeah.
want to go there. I want to experience that. But I mean, but then, there are also people who want to do the wine scene, and there's a
Let's go to
perfect
Napa.
that's the perfect place if you want to go. You want to go get some wine
Have
tasting.
you
I
been up
mean,
there?
I have been up there. I'm obsessed with Santa Barbara and that whole area. I just think it's so picturesque and beautiful and romantic. I think it's like the most romantic town in the area.
So,
So I've
so,
been there once.
yeah, I've been to Santa Barbara, but I haven't been up to Napa yet. But
Yeah, it's like
again,
yeah,
I,
that's
I
yeah.
again, my sister has because she takes all the trips that I don't. So she tells me she tells me
Ah,
about it. But there was like hiking there,
yep.
and it's beautiful. And she was talking about a cabana and all
Yeah, and just
this.
relaxing, just tasting wine. Just
Hmm.
going wine tasting. It's like nothing. It's nothing like it. And
Especially their Cabernet Sauvignon.
ah,
It's top notch.
oh, is it? Yeah,
I
but
do like maybe our EP will know. There's oh man, what is it? Oh no, I just forgot the name. But anyway, I'll find it out. I
yeah,
love
but
their wine too,
it's
but it's a really small winery, a mom and pop's winery.
those are the best kind. But I mean, Napa wine tasting and the food setups, out they do like a setup outside among the vines. So you really take it all in and it's
Hmm.
beautiful. So I would love a road trip for that. That's something I just get in the car and drive. Just
Yeah.
and just look at the scenery as we're going up. But there's one place that a lot of people would be surprised, and it's been a new hotspot. This town of Asheville, North Carolina.
Yes. Yes.
And they said it's just like
Mm,
they have all these great restaurants and breweries and lively arts community, and they have outdoor adventures. And so I think, it could be a very laid back trip or over
mm,
the top, and
exactly.
but they have this brand new hotspot. It's a brand new hotel called the Radical. And
Ooh.
yeah, and it's like, oh, it has this rooftop spot where you can watch the sunset while sipping fantastic cocktails and all that. And speaking
Hmm.
of North Carolina, um, one of our producers, she recently had a girlfriend getaway. Lauren.
Oh, all right.
Lauren, why don't
Yeah.
you tell us about your girlfriendship getaway in North Carolina?
Oh yeah, we my best friend from high school, Melissa, and I went to Raleigh. She had a trip planned there for a work thing, and she wanted to attach a evening with Justin Timberlake for the concert there. She had been talking about it for a while, and so our husbands were like, "Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, New Year's, everything." So we went and we got to just be, like back in our teens again, listening to the music and There's kind of the downtown area was owned by the tobacco companies years ago, and they revitalized it. So there's just kind of like secret bars and restaurants, super easy to get around because it's such a small town, but just kind of fun, hole in the wall places to go. And so we just spent 2 days exploring and doing the concert. And of course, Justin Timberlake, good live performer for sure. You know, he was having fun, and we enjoyed all the music, and he had a DJ, so we got to kind of listen to all the music from our teens, just reliving. It was kind of fun watching all those what did I call them? The mamas on a vacation. There were, I mean, middle-aged mamas were out for the evening. It was pretty funny, but yeah, we enjoyed it. There were lots of little things to do there. We did a barbecue brunch, and that was really good. Had some biscuits and gravy and things like that.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, morning mimosas, stuff like that. You got to do that.
And the architecture was great, right? I hear it's beautiful there.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got, just like I said, like revitalization of the community. So they're just redoing the old buildings. So lots of fun, like storefronts. The brunch place we went to was like upstairs in a like old warehouse. It was really fun. So I would recommend trying some other places in the U.S. that you haven't thought of. North Carolina gets 2 thumbs up from us, for sure.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, so after, you know, having this discussion, LaFern, I mean, is there any other places that you have like on your bucket list? Or is there a place that you may sneak away to just for a small little staycation since you got this grand vacation coming up next year?
I love Kauai. That's my go-to. So most likely we're going to do that. And then I wanted to just take a drive down south here to not San Diego, but it's before San Diego. I was just checking that out on booking.com. You could get a great place that's less expensive. It's not expensive, and great food and dog friendly. And you could go there for the weekend. So we're going to definitely get out there for the weekend. And then there was another place I wanted to go, which is up the coast. I forgot the name of it, but it's a really like a chateau place that is on the ocean that we could just sit and relax. You know, just one of those short little jaunts.
Okay, that's cool then. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we've covered it. Whether you girlfriends out there want to go abroad and do the whole big grand, you know, international thing, or if you want to stay close to home, you know, you can drop into Vegas, Napa, you know, Cabo, take your pick. But I mean, it's so much to do in the summertime, and get out there.
Yes. And
get out there, because summer will be over before you know it. And we'll be back putting on our winter coats again.
Yeah. And again, that guy that I said, the guy, Zachary Burrabel, Burrabel. He actually made travel tips easy. So, because I get overwhelmed I need to plan all this, but he made it seem easy, and I'm getting into the AI stuff on how to put stuff together. So I'm really excited about what my next trip will be.
Me too. I want to see where you're going next.
Well, Patricia, it's always been great. I love you so much. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody else for tuning in for another episode of Girlfriendship. And I mean, if you want to join our fantastic squad of women, just hit that subscribe button. And it's always a pleasure talking to my bestie, LaFern.
Yes. And remember to share. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Bye.
The Girlfriend Experience is brought to you by Inferno Productions, hosted by LaFern Cusack and Patricia Cage. Executive produced by Ulani Gray and Erica McCartan, and produced by Lauren Bond. Thanks for joining in the Ultimate Girlfriend Fest.